Stick it.
Oh, this is for Gotti, right?
You're gonna get whacked.
For
Yeah.
Gotti? Did you just call
Gotti.
it for Gotti?
Yeah, for Gotti.
Because I forgot most of this movie. Hey guys, Burn for watching us here.
Burn.
Get
After
excited.
watching. Matt really liked it, obviously. Sheesh.
No, actually, I got some things to say.
We're gonna
about
wear your
this
heart
movie.
out on your sleeve over here.
So let's start with,
We watched the movie Gotti,
yeah,
starring John Travolta.
Yep.
What's
her face, Presley, his wife there, right?
Jamie Presley.
Jamie Lee Presley. No, she was not nice.
Lisa Marie
Priscilla
Presley.
Presley.
I can't remember what her name is.
This is why I should have brought it up on IMDb, guys. Keep vamping. I'll bring it up.
It's a biopic
Mm-hmm.
about the life of John Gotti.
Sometimes narrated by him.
Yeah.
Sometimes not. Sometimes in our time, sometimes not in our time, sometimes way not in our time.
Yeah, sometimes
in a time 5 years before that
Yeah.
and after it in consecutive minutes.
Yeah.
But there's not really that's pretty much the synopsis of the movie. It's from his rise in the Gambino crime family to his not untimely death.
The story, the IMDb synopsis: the story of a crime boss, John Gotti, and his son. That's it.
There you go. Hey, short and sweet. Can I start
Kelly
off by saying?
Preston.
There you go,
Checking it.
Kelly Preston. Can I start off by saying I love that the movie starts off with him just immediately breaking the fourth wall and apparently like from beyond the grave
Right,
to like tell us about his life. You know, he's like, hey, it was hot on the streets of New York, you know, and I didn't have the greatest life, so
Speaking of New York, Brew York.
Brew York.
Brilliant!
Do do
Those.
do 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 do. Actually, that song wasn't in the movie. But you know what it did start with?
That's a
A
pretty damn
Pitbull
good
song.
beer.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about that because there was several.
Diocho.
Yeah.
There's at least 2 Pitbull songs in here.
One in an inappropriate
Yeah.
setting.
So yeah, let's start out with the fact that it first starts when he's like first in prison, and then it just from there you don't really know where the movie's going for
about the
the
first
next
half of the
hour.
movie,
Yeah.
they skipped around to different time periods, but didn't tell you what time period they were in.
Yeah, so all of a sudden it'd be like his son was a teenager, but then sometimes his son was a kid, but then sometimes his son's an adult, and you're like, what's happening?
When that first Pitbull song played, I just wrote, I hate this.
Yeah.
And you picked it.
There's a lot of credits, by the way.
First of all, this
there
is
was like
this is a Kevin
3
Conley
The
film.
movie
minutes
started
of
and there
cuts
were still
using
credits
credits,
coming in. It was like what? It was like they basically tried to find as many photos of John Gotti as they could. and
Like,
put
I
them
don't
in there.
believe this many people worked on this film.
Yeah,
I put
I don't.
Pitbull song ... I put this song sucks.
I said only proper use for a Pitbull song, right?
Song sucks.
Oh, by the way, directed by Kevin Connolly. You know.
No, Kevin Conley film. I don't know if it was directed. I think it was maybe.
No, it
produced.
was directed by him. She's
It
right.
was?
Yeah.
Oh, because it a Kevin Conley film in the beginning. I was like, okay.
He probably also produced it because
Because he loved John Gotti, I guess.
apparently.
Weird.
Apparently also Pitbull loved John Gotti.
Yeah.
He
That's
was
what I
wow.
think for that band.
Well, it was funny because
With the 305.
in the beginning you see a free Gotti sign and he's like, that's so dumb, and it's like, but people like idolized this guy. 100% because they thought, you know, he made money and he was a badass and he, you know.
He was a
Well,
monster.
we kind of grew
Yeah.
up in the John Gotti era because we were in New York City. So we heard a lot of John Gotti news. So little bit of it was kind of nostalgic. Oh, I kind of remember this. Not like in a yay.
I wish he would have
missed him.
whacked me.
Yeah. Not like in a yay, I missed him kind of way, but it was just like, oh, I definitely remember this happening.
Did you cry during it? How many scenes did you cry during?
I also wrote Travolta.
No,
as,
they got
They
him.
were terrible.
They got him.
I wrote Travolta as Travoltato.
Yeah.
I was like, John Travolta looks nothing like John Gotti. Like 0%.
No.
And I have a theory about that, and we'll talk about it at the end.
I didn't think his impression was bad. It could have been worse. I mean, he had the basic gist of it. I mean, his voice wasn't perfectly accurate.
Guys, he was a good guy. He helped find a lost kid. Okay.
Right?
That was one of the first scenes.
Yeah.
And everyone gives mobsters a bad name, but they help old ladies and stuff
Right?
with their groceries.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So
Well,
maybe you should
I love
feel
how-
bad for them.
I love how they were talking about, like, he kept the streets safe, and it's like, yeah, for white Italian people.
Yeah. we have different slurs for people. Hold on, we didn't put those in the movie.
I also love that the first scene when she brings all the kids to prison and they're coming to visit him in prison, and there's like immediate joking about, you don't do it, I'm gonna murder you, you're my wife, you're gonna get murdered.
I'll cut your throat, bitch. She's like, oh, Johnny's so funny.
But that's all it really got in the entire movie.
Johnny.
There were a few scenes like that, but otherwise they're like, we had a great marriage and everything was wonderful, and it's like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, I'll kill you.
Oh.
John Gotti Jr. was a little bitch, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, he was like, oh, you're gonna squeal, you're gonna be a cop, we're gonna slap you in the head and stick a bus up your ass. Like,
stick a bus up.
What are you talking about?
Holy shit. I wonder if John Gotti wanted John Travolta to be him. He's like, I got to do the movie.
I have a theory.
Is if you put John Travolta in.
I have a theory.
So what's your theory? I mean,
let's talk about the movie first.
So the music is ridiculous. The time jumps are terrible. You have to look at John Travolta's face to figure out like what year it is. Like really study it.
And a couple times. Okay,
and it was annoying.
Here's the problem with the time jumps. They were inconsistent.
Yeah.
Because first of all, you're like, oh, maybe I can listen, like, do social cues to what's going on in the scene to figure it out. But then there's some kind of like thing in the 80s. They're playing a fucking Pitbull song during it. I'm like, I don't know what year. What the
Not
fuck
to
is
mention,
going on here?
they wouldn't tell you.
In the 80s.
They wouldn't tell you. Oh no, it was terrible.
Look at my age.
They wouldn't tell you what year it was, but they kept fucking labeling people while saying their name. Like, then this was this guy, so okay, I know his name. But then they're like, just in case.
That was so stupid.
This is his name. He's a big player in this.
This is the gas man.
And then about halfway
Frankie the Fish.
Yeah.
And like,
about halfway through the fucking movie, they start labeling the time jumps. I'm like, why didn't you do them in the beginning?
No. But also the people they were labeling, like, half of them just didn't come back. So
or they came back like once and you didn't care.
Oh, he got killed. This is
they
where
were
he got
non-sequential to the
Frankie
scene.
the Fish this is why we call him the Fish. Like, nobody gives a shit about this guy.
Oh, cool. Great. Are you padding runtime right now?
Yeah.
They also established that he had a good kid, and then that kid was killed, and that was a little sad.
Yeah.
That was sad.
But you also felt bad for the guy who hit him because he definitely didn't mean to. And actually,
then that guy was then murdered. Yeah. So
that's what I mean. And I looked up the real story, and it's even worse because the kid like darted out from behind a dumpster, like totally.
He was just riding the street off, like where you could see him.
Like totally darted out in front of him. It was a complete accident. He felt terrible. He knew him. Like his stepson was friends with him, and he was friends with the family, and they fucking murdered him.
Nope,
so,
not anymore,
it was just, I mean, it's sad. I feel bad for them. But, you know, then they're just like, oh, it really tore our family apart. And really, the entire running thing of the movie is just like, they unapologetically are like, it's just all about us. So,
when they kept skipping back and forth, the time I wrote, they're going to rip a hole in the space-time continuum.
No, that's what I felt like.
What the fuck?
No.
Well, plus the fact that they don't really do much to change John Travolta's old-ass face. So, like, they just give him dark hair and you're like, oh, I guess he's younger.
No, and I loved how they tried to make the other guys younger, but they obviously didn't have the time and energy to like put into their faces. So they just dyed their hair like really dark, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm younger."
And Travolta's like, "You have me for 8 hours, and I'm out
exactly.
of here." And then I have to get back to Xenu and in the spaceship. Like, okay.
So as much as I hated the Pitbull songs in this because it was just both hilarious but also dumb. Okay. No, I thought the rest of the soundtrack wasn't that bad. I actually liked a lot of the music.
Lots of Rat Pack stuff. There was some good 80s stuff in there.
Yeah, there was Pet Shop Boys and like some good stuff like that.
It was a confusing soundtrack though.
It was.
It was confusing.
Can I also talk about the fact that the scene
where
where his son gets married, the guy is singing a song about a boy and his dad, and it's called like Daddy, and he's dancing with his wife to a song about a boy and his dad.
We should have looked up and see if that was the real song that happened or something, because why else would you put that in the movie?
No, it was written specifically for the movie. Because the whole movie's about him and his dad.
Was anyone else happy to see Kyle Gass getting work? You know, like, you usually just see him in Case D, and then it's like, here he is.
I remember you said Kyle Gass in this movie. I was like, what? Why?
Pruitt Taylor Vince. It's not Tyler Gass. His name is Pruitt Taylor Vince.
No, you're right. It's not.
It's
that other guy.
The Uncle Fester that John Gotti's Gomez. He's like, I messed up. I'm gonna cry again.
That guy plays like a child molester. Like
or a murderer. Yeah. So
And so, like, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop with this guy, and it didn't. And I was like, oh, okay, that was. I don't know if that's refreshing or weird.
He just died lonely. That's all that happened to that guy.
He's like, I'm so sad, everyone. We're losing everybody. Like, yeah, because you guys are doing crimes.
He got like exiled from the mob, so no one could talk to him. Yeah. That was like the last thing to happen.
And the son was like, I want to see him, and he's like, you can't see him. Because the son is like a good kid at heart. He didn't really, he was a good kid.
He did go see him once though.
But not really a
Angelo Ruggiero.
Yeah, that guy.
The guy that played Sam the Bulgarato, I think, was part of the cast.
He's the guy I remember the most from when we were kids. Like,
he's the rat.
Yeah.
I remember talking about him the most. I was like, this.
Also, Pitbull mentions how much of an asshole he is in that song.
The Sammy the Bull, that guy, I kick his ass because I love John Gotti.
So there's the multiple scenes. Like, there's the one scene at the Christmas party where it's like, you need to smile more. I'm gonna put a smile on your face.
I'm gonna punch you right
in your face and knock your teeth out. Give you a reason not to smile or something. Just all that stuff was just great. Thanks for that. But also then the scene.
Domestic violence is endearing, guys.
Yeah, of course. But also the scene where the son meets his wife for the first time, which is that street scene with like the horrible Pitbull music that was not from 1980 whenever they were supposed to have met, right? And he's just like, you look different, you like, you got boobs now, like, and I'm like 20 something and you're like 16, but like you're real cute.
Perfect impression, by the way.
Like, yeah.
It's impression.
And you're like, those two are gonna get married.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they do.
Yeah.
And they do.
That's how you did it back then, Just met a girl, you told her she had nice boobs, they look different than last time, because she has boobs and she didn't last time you saw her.
Because she was a
probably
child
in third grade.
And is still a child.
Yeah.
And is still a child.
And just popped him out, and now she's gonna pop out your babies.
Womp.
Yeah.
Guys, womp. What else? Gotti had some jokes. He had some jokes going on with that.
Oh, there's a couple times. It sounded like the guy who played the son, the kid who played the son, was reading off of cue cards. Especially when he's doing the scene where he's talking to him in jail. He almost like he was looking at it like just not on eye level direction and like reading off a cue card. It's like, okay, you're bad at this.
I think
your first acting job?
Spencer Rocco. Spencer Rocco Lofranco. The most Italian name you can get, actually, besides the Spencer.
Besides the Spencer part. He's definitely the son of a gangster.
Damn, it feels good.
I'm pretty sure he's like Canadian.
Was he supposed to be 15 or 40? He never looked old, and then they showed the real what his son actually looked like.
And he was really old.
No.
It's like they just didn't age him very well.
I think this is the first time to introduce my theory. My theory is that the ghostwriter for this were the people that they have written, and the actual writer was John Gotti Jr.
Yeah.
He was the only hero in this.
Yeah.
Except for the nostalgic stuff about his father. His father, like the endearing domestic violence stuff, that doesn't play. It didn't play at all in this movie. And at the end, when he's like, and John Gotti Jr. got off, and he was the best. Yeah,
because he cared about his family and wanted to spend time with his family.
Like, John Gotti Jr. wrote this fucking movie.
Yeah.
And that's also why he has this fucking guy playing him. I'm like, what the fuck? This guy looks nothing like John Travolta. Yeah. He looks nothing like John Gotti. Like, he's got get that handsome. He's LaFranco. He definitely Italian. Get him in it,
Yeah, it could be me, definitely. Yeah, it looks like a young version
he looks
of
like me.
I looked really good when I was young.
And like they didn't say anything really, like they said your brother's the smart one kind of thing, but they didn't really say like anything bad about John Gotti Jr. at all. When they like kind of were talking about everyone.
No, they were just like, you got in trouble at school, and then it was when he got into the one bar fight and his dad went off on him. He's like, someone died tonight. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, even that was like an endearing thing, and like nobody got hurt or anything. No one cried. Like
somebody died actually.
Well, somebody died. Can we talk about the fact that that they didn't show any of them like cheating on their wives? They were like at a strip club, but there was like
John Gotti Jr. wrote this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Dad's my hero.
Yeah. I mean, even though, we worked for a crime family, we murdered some people, it was all for family, so...
There's a scene, there was just a scene that was cutscenes of car bombs going off, basically, the building shot up, and I was like, what?
Oh, also...
Wait, what?
We watched the whole movie, and I said at the very end, I haven't seen one black person in this entire movie, and you saw the one black news reporter from, 1990-something in the credits. Not in the movie, just in the credits. And I was like, oh, there you go. There's the black person. Nice job, movie makers.
Again, John Gotti Jr.
Good job. Good job.
There's no black people in his New York.
Yeah. They weren't there.
Now Mike's out of town, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Problematic.
Ooh.
I I mean, the movie did seem to get a little more coherent. It congealed a little halfway through when they finally started telling you what year it was.
Really happening.
So like, oh, I know what year it is. Okay, like finally, I know it's 1995.
And it wasn't like it could have been worse. It really wasn't a terrible movie. It was pretty bad though.
The first part was almost unwatchable. But the second part,
I do not agree. I think this movie was fucking awful. I hate John Travolta now more than ever. I think, and what really pissed me off is that this thing was bookended by John Travolta monologues.
Yeah.
And that fucking Pitbull song.
Yep.
Where at the end I'm like, fuck you, movie! Someone saving the ball.
Don't stop the party.
Oh god.
Oh god. I agree with her. Like, I really thought I would feel worse. Maybe because I went in with such a low expectation. When you sent it to me, I was like, fuck you, man. I'm looking at this thing, I'm like, this is Battlefield Earth? What the fuck am I looking at? Why can't we watch Battlefield Earth? This is garbage.
Yeah.
Although you can't find Battlefield Earth anywhere.
It's definitely true. It's gotta be.
Nope, it's not. I look for it. I want to do a Travolta month.
So yeah, actually, I actually looked through the worst movies of 2018.
We'll end it with Face Off, though.
Free,
we'll end it with Face Off to cleanse our palate afterwards, though. Obviously.
And look who's talking.
No.
Yes. I like how you're like, no. I just watched that garbage movie, so.
You did, and we will watch more. But
anything else you want to say about this?
I don't know.
The flows maybe suck.
My favorite Gotti diss though was, I'll park a bus up your ass fucking sideways.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
Sure.
Okay.
The Flows movie was fucking abysmal.
Yeah.
Like it didn't. Like I almost get what Kevin Connolly. If he's the director of this movie, I guess.
He is.
Mm-hmm. Like he should never work again.
Yeah, never direct with another movie. But also, I almost get what he's trying to go for, but he did it so badly.
But again,
it was like,
you know what? Bullshit. I bet you Kevin Connolly's a great director, but he had John Gotti Jr.'s gun at his back the whole time. Oh, don't fuck this scene up.
No, that's not how it went. Hey.
They were definitely trying to go for like a Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese type feel. They wanted it to be like a classic. Like crime drama, but it was so terrible.
No, it was very bad.
Like Basket here,
I would say burn this movie 100%. I'm
okay with burning this. It doesn't need to be made. It was a fucking jerk.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was just John Gotti Jr. jerking off his dad and then jerking himself off at the end. That's all it was. And I was like, I get it. Okay, I get it, man.
John Travolta's got to play my dad because it's his favorite.
Yeah, they're my dad's favorite because he likes Grease. Yeah, like. Screw you, Gotti. Screw you in the horse race.
Hey, burn it, please.
This is like their fastest video ever.
It's a classic.
Because we just didn't want to talk about it.
17 minutes. That's not bad.